All right. Hello, everybody. It's Chris Johnstone here. Hope you are having a fantastic day. What is up, everybody? Figured we'd get started a couple of minutes early just to make sure that everybody can get in and get comfortable and make sure that we don't have any technical issues. I'm going to turn on the main screen and get right into today's content. Um, if you could just type yes into the chat box, let me know that you can hear my voice and that you can see my screen. Well, obviously, you should be able to hear my voice. And then on the screen, you should see the Facebook Ads Manager. And I'm just going to sort this by ad set name, but you should be able to see this. Now, what we're going to go through today is a snippet of the content that I just presented at the Freedom Club meeting down in Jackson Hole. I just got back early this morning, late last night, depending on what time zone I was in. And this part of the 1 hour presentation was really well received. And it generated, basically 20 minutes of just like talking points on Q&A and stuff like that. So I wanted to bring it to you here today. We've had this content planned as part of our content calendar, but it just kind of worked out great that the feedback was great, so I know it's going to be good content for you as well. So we're right here at 2 o'clock, so we're going to get started. But before we do, I just want to double check and make sure that everything is okay with the audio, because I'm not in the office today. I'm still technically on the road on my way home to the family. So if you could type yes into the chat box, let me know that you can hear my voice and you can see the screen. Oh, there we are. It's in another panel. All right, Neil, Jonathan, Kevin, thank you so much. All right, all good, all good. Okay, so what you are looking at here is a very advanced strategy that we just learned from Facebook on making sure that all of our campaigns are dialing in on the most profitable traffic possible. And this is our stats from last month. So today is August the 2nd, and this is from July the 1st to July the 31st. And you can see down here at the very bottom, I know I don't really need to circle it for you, but down here at the bottom, this is our total ad spend for the month inside this particular campaign. So we have one of our campaigns selected. We're at the ad set level inside our ads manager. And this down here is our total budget. So we've spent $14,384 on this test. And what we're doing is finding the most responsive audience for this particular campaign. Now, this campaign that I'm showing you is actually our webinar campaign, our automated webinar campaign to promote our Facebook product, right? So all of these targeting options were different variations of the same audience. United States-based loan officers is who we're going after. Inside your campaigns, your account managers are using the same strategy on a much smaller scale to find the actual highest quality leads in your marketplace. Because what we learned from our Facebook rep is that not all traffic on Facebook is created equal. And if you're only running one ad set inside one campaign, Facebook is only going to end up targeting a very small percentage of your overall audience. So if we look at this particular ad set right here, just as an example to show you why this is so important. I'm just going to click on here, and we're going to head on over here and just show you that our reach inside this particular ad set, which is where we spent a good portion of our budget, was 42,000 people. So we had 42,097 people in that audience. But if I click on that audience and I open it up, over here on the right-hand side, when you start launching a campaign out, Facebook gives you the total audience size that you're going after inside this particular campaign. So for this particular campaign, it's saying that that potential reach is unavailable. But normally, when we're going out, we're building the campaigns inside your local marketplace, it'll tell us, okay, you have the opportunity to reach X number of people. Typically speaking, in our average US marketplace, there's normally, people interested in real estate or interested in mortgages. There's pretty much 100,000 people in every marketplace that we go into that are interested in those topics. Some of the smaller marketplaces where there's only 100,000 people there, our audience size might only be 10,000, but there's only a certain amount of people that are interested in mortgages and real estate at any given time. Inside that audience, there are low quality leads and there are high quality leads. And this strategy allows us to see which leads are responding the best to the offer and then just narrow down on that traffic. So even though unfortunately I can't see it inside this campaign, we know that we're targeting far more than 42,000 people that we reached with this campaign. So you can see, I'll explain how this is all set up, and then I'll show you the results of the test. So what we did inside this campaign is this is just targeting the people that are in our database, and then we did lookalike audiences to our database. And all that means is that we took our database of people that opt in to get our information and our newsletter and register for webinars and the free trainings and the book that we're about to give away. All of the people on our email list, that's our database. So we uploaded that database of interested people to Facebook. Your account manager is uploading your list of past customers and will also upload lists of old Zillow leads or old Boomtown leads or any leads that you've generated that are from a good quality source. We can upload that list to Facebook and target just those people with an advertisement. But what we're doing here is we're saying, okay, we're going to target those people with an ad for this new offer. But what we're also going to do is say, Facebook, go find me the 1% of people that are just like these people on Facebook in my local marketplace. Okay. And then we do a 3% lookalike audience and a 5% lookalike audience. So we're telling Facebook, here's my list of interested prospects that are interested in real estate or mortgage or whatever vertical you're going after inside your campaign. And then we're saying, here's the people that have responded to this offer in the past. Go find me more of those people. So what Facebook does, if you run just one ad set, is they start showing ads to all the people in that list. And there could be, like I said, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 people. Doesn't really matter how many people are in the audience. It works the same way on small audiences or big audiences. Facebook will run that traffic for 3 days. And when you turn your campaign on, you're going to see this little thing in the ad set that says active learning. And when you see it learning, what it's doing, I'll just highlight that for you so that you can see it. When you see this inside your campaign, that means that Facebook is showing the ad to a very broad portion of all those people in the database and then watching who clicks on the ad and who actually fills out the offer, right? Every time a new person clicks on the advertisement, Facebook is looking at who that specific person is, and the algorithm goes out to try and find more of those types of people. So as soon as one person responds to your ad, the algorithm starts to learn, right? Now, here's the thing. People are on Facebook at all different times throughout the day, all different times throughout the week. Some people are, desktop at night, mobile during the day. So depending on where you're showing your ads, they might not see your ads at any specific time. And within roughly 24 to the first 48 hours, Facebook has started to go away from that big ocean or the big audience that you've selected. And they've already, within the first 2 to 3 days, jumped into a little pond. So Facebook might be showing you that you've got 10,000 people in an audience. And in reality, they're really only showing your ad to 500 or 600 of the people in that audience. So what we do, and what this strategy does, is it forces Facebook to show our ads to more people, learn over a longer period of time, and show us who the best quality leads are inside that audience. And then what we do is we take all of the different sections of traffic that aren't producing good quality leads and that aren't converting, we cancel them, we pause them, and then we just scale the ad sets that work. And this is something that's for those of you that are active clients of ours where we're managing your Facebook ads for you, your account managers are doing all of this automatically for you. They're all up to speed and trained on this technique as of the last couple of weeks. And we're rolling this out this month across all of the accounts where we're split testing different segments of your audience. We just learned this from Facebook. And this is in response to them really tightening up a lot of their audience selection because of that whole Cambridge Analytica thing that happened. So this is how you need to optimize your campaigns moving forward inside Facebook. So I realize that that might be a little bit Greek to everybody on the call here. So what I'm going to do is show you the actual results of our ad spend on this particular campaign, because I think it's a really great way to kind of just summarize how this actually works. So let's head on over here. Just give me 1 second. And we're going to hop over here. And what I'm showing you here is the different audiences. So we had a Facebook lookalike 1% audience, and then we deleted out the other one. So there was 3 of these 1%, and then there was 3 version 2s, and now there's 3 version 3s. So we created our initial database, and then we created a lookalike audience that matched 1% of the people on Facebook that were similar to our database. And we started running traffic to that audience. Now, you can see the one audience produced leads at $23.68. In this new test that we just launched a couple of days ago, this campaign is still learning. It's only had, 70, it looks like it just got turned on yesterday. So we've got about $75 in traffic across all 3 of them. We've had 1 lead, and no leads. So this is going to scale, and we're going to tell whether or not this is going to go up or down over the next 5 days, and then decide which of these 3 audiences we're going to keep depending on the cost per lead. So we take the total database, we test the total database with 3 different ad sets, we test the 5% lookalike audience with 3 different ad sets. And the reason why we're using 3 different ad sets is because it's forcing Facebook to test all of the traffic that's out there so that we can determine which little sliver of the traffic is the most responsive so that we can just target those people. Does that make sense? Type yes into the chat box if this is making sense. And if I've lost you along the way, just let me know what questions you have. So it's all good. Okay, Bob, it's all good. Ron's good. Larry's good. Okay, awesome. Brad, you're good. Okay, awesome. Great. So here's the actual results from the And this is why this is so important. So if we look at these stats, we can see that we had some campaigns where our cost per lead was $138. So obviously we turned that one off. We had another one, $138, turned it off. We went all the way down and paused every single campaign that after the initial learning phase, once we'd spent anywhere from between, $250 to $500, if it wasn't producing leads and it had gone through that learning cycle twice and we hadn't hit our cost per lead, we turn it off. And that's telling Facebook, hey, ignore this ad set, this little sliver that we've identified. Don't show our ads to those types of people. And then what we did is we went down and we looked at our total cost per lead. And we've got this ad campaign right here. So we're at $14.78 per lead down here and $17.23 for these leads down here. And we've got a couple other ones here at $18.62 and $23.68. Looks like that one just got paused. This one at $31.19. We're going to end up pausing that one because that cost per lead is creeping up on us. But in our numbers, like you saw in the first training that we ever did together as a customer group, I walked you through the exercise of how to work backwards from your profit per deal to how much you can spend to acquire a lead. So basically what we're doing is we're saying, okay, we're willing to spend X to acquire a customer. We know that in order to get that customer, we have to have X amount of people attend a webinar. And for you, it's you need to talk to X number of people on the phone in order to take the application, right? So we're taking that cost per lead and saying, okay, we know how many of those leads show up on the webinar. And from those ones that show up on the webinar, we know how many of them purchase. So I can spend $35 to acquire every single webinar registrant. Anything above $35 and I lose money. Anything lower than $35, we make money. So what I'm doing is taking all these audiences that are above $30, which is kind of like my metric. We're going to turn all of those off. And then the ones down here at the bottom that still have lots of legs left on them and that are acquiring leads at $14 a piece, $14.23 and $14.78, $17.23, you can see I'm scaling these ad sets this month. So for this month's ad spend, when we go through as a team on Friday morning and we optimize this campaign, everything is going to get shut off except for these 4 campaigns down here at the bottom. We're going to take all of the budget that we're spending, which when we were testing these, we were spending $125 per day per ad set. We're going to take all of the traffic that didn't work, pause them, so Facebook says ignore those people, and we now have 4 campaigns or 4 ad sets inside this campaign that are going after the most responsive traffic on Facebook. So next month, or I should say this month, as we go through the program, I'm able to spend the same amount of money. So this month, I'm going to roll another $15,000 into advertising. But instead of acquiring leads at my overall cost of $23.39, I'm going to be able to drop that ad cost down to somewhere around $15, right? So 714, just doing the rough math in my head here on that savings, I'm going to get roughly almost half of that traffic again this month. So I'll be able to drive almost double the amount of people through the funnel than I did during the initial test. Double the traffic equals double the amount of customers, but my ad spend stays the same. Okay, so that's just a brief overview of how with Facebook's guidance, we've learned to force their algorithm to go find us this low-hanging fruit And you're going to see the account managers manage your accounts a little bit different this month by going in and taking your budget. And we're going to be doing this on a much smaller scale. Obviously, we're not spending $150 a day on most of your campaigns. But we can do this even with $15 a day in budget, where we'll split it $5 a day across 3 different ad sets. And rather than pausing them in 5 days, we've got to wait 15 days for that learning cycle to learn on Facebook. But then you'll see us go in there, turn 2 of the ad sets off, and start to scale the one that's actually producing the best cost per lead. Now, if you haven't already sent your past customer database to your account manager, make sure that you do that. Make sure that you reach out to your account manager, get them that information, because it's going to help them produce a better quality lead through your account. Also, if you have real estate partners in your business that are buying Zillow leads, or if you're in a co-marketing agreement with anybody and you're generating leads through any source, where you've got 60 to 90 days worth of history of those leads that have come through those funnels, package those together into a CSV, send them to your account manager and say, hey, this is my audience, so that you can create the lookalike. So when you send them the database, they know exactly what to do with it. But the more data that you can send us to put into your account, the faster we're able to test, and you'll find the better quality lead that comes through your funnel. So it just helps us do a better job of going in and really diving into that more profitable traffic for you. Okay, so let's get into the Q&A and just answer any questions that you have, and then we'll log off for today's training and let everybody get back to working on their businesses. So got a comment here from Bob. Bob says, a big article I just read on Facebook and other social media sites and their secret algorithms. It's pretty intense. Yes, Bob, it is crazy. And again, I'm happy to share this with you because y'all are customers of ours, but we're actively working. I'm actively working with a couple of companies that know that optimization and those algorithms at a very high level, and we're working to acquire data that makes our campaigns more efficient. So we're actually in talks to get access to the information of we don't know exactly who the people are, but we're looking at buying the pixel data of people that have funded a loan in the last 30 days. And then our plan is to take that data, create 1% lookalike audiences, and then run those inside your accounts. Because what Facebook can do and what their algorithm can do is define purchase intent before purchase based on browser and the websites that people are going to before they actually make a purchase. So it works in reverse. So what they do is they watch all of the purchases that happen, right? So all of these advertisers and e-commerce companies and mortgage companies and all these companies, when they get an acquisition or they actually get a customer, Facebook has that pixel that's installed on that success page, and they say, hey, this person just bought X item. And then what that algorithm will do is say, okay, where has this person been on the internet in the last 90 days or however long that period is, and what websites did they visit before they made their purchase? And then they'll group all of the data from all of the people that are in that category and say, okay, here's all of the people that are making that purchase. Where have all of those people been on the internet before they made that purchase? They'll lump all that data together and then look for common threads. If you think of it like, how you watch like a spy movie or something, and they go into the back room and they've got all the pictures up on the cork board with the pieces of string strung from like one person to another person to another person. And it's like how they, map out all these like organizations. Well, that happens digitally. And what Facebook is doing is saying, okay, they go from this website, and then they go to Zillow, and then they go to Bankrate, and then 30 days later a loan happens, and 40% of the people that get a loan visit these 19 websites. So then what they're doing is saying, okay, somebody that's interested in a mortgage is following that purchase path. And then when we target the interest of mortgage on Facebook, they're trying to identify people that are walking down that path ahead of when they convert to an actual mortgage. It is very cool stuff. Um, you know, if you're a privacy advocate, probably not really cool stuff. But if you're trying to get a really high quality lead that's very likely to convert into a customer in a short period of time, Facebook is doing some incredible things right now to try and bring those customers to us, and we're just trying to get ahead of that curve and do it better than Facebook's doing it by um, by getting advanced in access to how that algorithm works and giving it the right data. So because we know purchase data is even better than lead data. Somebody that fills out a form and becomes a lead, yes, they're interested in the offer, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're the best quality customer that's going to come through. So we're looking at, okay, how do we get the customer data uploaded into our account so we can get the people that are most likely to fund? And we're working on that for you. That's part of what your monthly subscription and your investment, that's what it goes to. It's not, just for your account manager, although that's a huge portion of it. I'm taking that money, constantly reinvesting back into research and development, new products. That's how we funded the development of the partnership with Agent Legend. You know what I mean? That was, funded by the company to be able to pay for the development costs and the partnership and all that went together to bring you Agent Legend LO. So even though we're doing these weekly calls, I don't get to necessarily directly interact with everybody on a one-to-one basis, but I'm behind the scenes working on this stuff so that every month your leads get better. Every month we are able to optimize your accounts better and bring you a better customer at the back end. So we're working super hard on this stuff, and I hope that you're seeing the responses on your end and that you're enjoying the training. So next question is from Jay. Would the most responsive leads be the highest quality? So that's a great question, Jay, and that was asked a little bit before that last little discussion there. So not necessarily. So if you run, so to give you an example, we have campaigns running right now where there are people going after first-time home buyers. We have campaigns where people are going after people specifically for refinance, and then we have people that are going after campaigns that are specifically targeted to jumbo loans or VA, or all different types. But we'll take the jumbo loan and the refinance lead, and we'll compare those two. So in the jumbo loan scenario, we're using ad copy to kind of call out the perfect buyer, where it says, are you looking to buy a home between 700 or I forget the specific price range. I think it's like 900,000 to 1.3, and we're targeting a specific area in California with it. It says there's three benefits you get by shopping in that particular marketplace. Fill out this survey, and we'll let you know if you qualify. So in that ad copy, we're specifically telling people that they have to be looking at a house between a certain price range. Now, we still get a large number of leads that will never qualify for a home in that price range. There's still, that bottom end of the lead funnel, but we are getting higher quality leads through the funnel. And when you work the numbers out to your 5% conversion ratio, those people are there and they're coming through that funnel. Now, if you compare that to the ads that we're running for the refinance, that ad copy speaks to, if you have, X amount of consumer debt over credit cards and lines of credit, and you have equity in your home, we can help you, lower your monthly payments and get out of debt, right? That messaging, and the fact that in the audience targeting in Facebook, we're targeting people that are interested in credit repair, refinance, that sort of thing, all of a sudden we're into a different audience. And a lot of the leads that are coming through that funnel are people that don't actually have equity in a home or don't even own a home, but they saw credit repair, refinance, lower your debt, lower your payments, and they thought, hey, maybe there's something in here for me. and the people that are filling out that lead form are not high quality. So um, so even though the cost per lead on the refinance funnel is far less than the jumbo loans program, I believe that there's actually a better quality lead that's coming through that jumbo loan program, even though we're spending, 3 or 4 times to acquire that lead through that funnel. So hopefully that helps. It all depends on the funnel that you're running, essentially. Um, so somebody asked basically the exact same question. Um, so our next question says, my lookalike audience does not match my ads. Oh, no worries, Jay. It's all good. So we can look into that. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but we'll dig into it with your account manager. We'll review your account this afternoon. I'll get with Marley and your account manager, and we'll take a look at that. But your lookalike audience will have specific ads that are run to it. Now, if your past customer database is all, let's say, real estate leads, we don't want to be targeting those people with necessarily a refinance campaign, because obviously that's not a message to market match. So if you've got specific people in a database, and now that you understand how it works, you realize that we're trying to run the wrong ads to the wrong people, let us know and we'll adjust that. We'll get the right offer in front of that audience, or tailor your targeting better to the campaign that we're running. So Bob's got a good question. By sending you a list of realtors that have been online leads, does that increase the monthly cost to us? So no, Bob, everything is included in your program. There's no additional cost for all of this stuff. It's just, again, we're reinvesting in your business. There's no charge for any of this. Your account manager knows exactly what to do, and we're willing to do the work and not increase the cost, because we just want you to get the best result possible. We know when you're funding loans from the leads that we're generating for you, you're staying on the program, and that's our goal. We want nice, healthy, long-term customers in our company that send us referrals. You know what I mean? So, your top producing realtors, send them our way. People that don't directly compete with you in the mortgage business that you're good friends with, send them our way. And we're just, the more people that we get, the more we're able to do testing and make things better. So hopefully that helps. So Ron says, can we build a lookalike audience of people who watch 75% of your video? The answer to that question is yes. So you can create a custom audience of people that watch the 75% of the video, and then you create a lookalike of the custom audience. So you've got to create the custom audience first of people that have watched the video, and then you create the lookalike audience of the custom audience that you've created. This comment's awesome. That's freaking crazy. It's like the Tom Cruise movie Minority Report, where they can see the person who's likely to commit a crime. And that is, yes, absolutely, totally true. And it is just like that movie. And if you think about Google searches, you know what I mean? Like you can pretty much tell what somebody's interested in by what they type into Google. So crazy stuff. It's a wild, wild world we live in here. Another question from Larry, how do you know how many of our leads are closing? So we don't know that data specifically unless you give it to us, but we do have a good portion of our customers that get with their account manager once a month, and they say, hey, here's how many leads I generated. I know who those people are. I know how many apps I've taken. Out of those apps, I put this many people into credit repair, this many people are out shopping with a realtor, and they give us like a full breakdown of what's happening in the business. I actually yesterday got a report from Adriana Bates. And so Adriana is just crushing it. Actually, let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up. I can't do it because I'm tethering off my phone right now, so I can't pull up any of the other data. But I mean, great stats, basically, just under 100 just under 100 leads that they had tracked this month from one campaign, and taken almost 18 apps from those 100 leads. They're putting them into the Agent Legend LO system. Full disclaimer, we're doing kind of an aggressive campaign that is designed around that first-time buyer, and we've taken over half of those leads to credit repair. So not necessarily the highest quality or the best quality leads coming through the funnel, but they're at the bottom end of the funnel. They've been able to refer out a good portion of those other leads to realtors, generating referrals from that, and people are out shopping for homes qualified. So pretty cool stuff. No problem. So Jay, the best person to connect with on that is going to be either Marley, so Marley at connectionincorporated.com, or your account manager directly. Because if we play telephone with it, you tell me and then I tell Marley and then Marley tells the account manager, a little bit of stuff gets lost in translation along the way. And we want to make sure that we're targeting the right audience for you. So they'll hop right into your campaign with you while you're on the phone with them, and get you the answers that you need and make sure that you're targeting the right audience. So Bob says, what about the cost per ad by Facebook? Okay, so Bob, when we take these audiences and group them in, your account manager can kind of move your budget around. Or what we can do is we can take the 1% lookalike audience and add it to the general targeting that you're doing and see what happens with it. If we've only got a budget of $500 a month, it's really difficult to split test this stuff at scale. But I would say it's better for you to take your lookalike audiences and spend half of your budget just on the 1% and the 5% lookalike audiences, and then spend the other half of your budget targeting the cold traffic. Because in a month, you're going to be able to see the difference in performance between the two, and we can scale the one that's working better for you. So Neil says, I had an existing campaign that was working okay. How do I turn it on for myself? If you know the name of the campaign, Neil, just reach out to your account manager and just say, hey, I want to turn on X campaign. They'll go into your ads manager and turn it on for you. If you want to do it yourself, just click on the campaigns tab up here at the top of the ads manager. Click on campaigns up there at the top left. And then you'll see one of these toggle switches that are over on the left-hand side. Some of them are blue, some of them are gray. If it's blue, the campaign is on. If it's gray, the campaign is off. And you just switch. You just hit that toggle switch, and on it goes. But let your account manager know that you're turning that on, because they'll get an alert that a campaign has gone live, and they might think that there's a problem with it. So just make sure that you let them know what's going on there so that they don't hop in and freak out and think that their stats are going to go all wacky on them. So just let them know what's going on with that. Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, I hope that you enjoyed today's content. If you have any questions, obviously you can reach out to us at any time. We're here to help. And it's great to see so many of you here on the call. This is fantastic. And a couple of things that are coming up. So obviously the audience targeting that's coming up. We're also doing some really cool things with some ad testing that we've done. So we've got a whole new round of images that we're going to be putting across all your accounts that are getting a really good click-through rate. And we've also launched out some Facebook bot campaigns. We're not recommending to any of our existing customers that you switch from the existing campaigns that you're in. You've got to give those campaigns time to optimize and actually get up. For those of you that are, still scaling, those of you that are at scale, definitely if you want to add to your budgets, these chat bots are really cool. And if you want to test one of them out, just kind of get a feel for like how they work, go to chatbotmortgageleads.com. That's chatbotmortgageleads.com, and that will forward you to a page where you can click the send a messenger button, and then you can demo the bot. But what we're doing is we're running Facebook ads. When people click on the Facebook ad button that says like learn more, it launches the Facebook bot and has a conversation with those people. And I'm going to run you through it in 2 weeks, show you the campaigns, show you some of the results from the tests that we're doing right now behind the scenes, and let you know all about that. But again, that's members only. You have to be a customer to get access to that content. So again, if you have any questions, just let us know. Yes, this is Jim. This is recorded, and we will be posting the recording inside the Facebook group. So make sure that you're in there as well. Larry, I won't be in Denver tomorrow. I was at the Freedom Club event in Jackson Hole yesterday, and the day before, and that's kind of like my maximum amount of time away from my kids. My daughter Emily is 2 right now. My son is 4, and I'm pretty militant about my travel schedule. I'll only take a couple of days away from the kids each month. So unfortunately, I won't be there. I'll miss you. But hopefully I get to see you at the next one. So with that, hope everybody is having a fantastic day. You can reach out anytime. We're here to support you. And it's great to have you as part of the group. Thank you for your business. And we look forward to chatting soon. Talk soon, everybody.